Hey guys, welcome back to another Facebook Live here at Flyin Miata. I'm Brandon, and today we're going to talk about the Stage 3 fan kit. So first and foremost, we're really excited. We were able to work with Spal to get a much better deal on these. So we have managed to drop the price. So head on over to the website, check that out, and much more economical. Still not a cheap kit, but very, very good. So you can see the whole kit laid out here. Obviously the centerpiece, the fans, these guys are brushless. So they take less energy for a given air volume, basically. And they also move a ton of air. They move much more air than anything else on the market. A generic set of like the really low profile fans, when they stall out and actually stop flowing air, these are still flowing about 3,000 cubic feet per minute. Even our Stage 1 and Stage 2 kits, which work really, really well, once those stall out, these are still flowing 2,000 cubic feet per minute. So you can head on over to our website and check out the chart. For all the science, specific pressure and cubic feet per minute and all that stuff. But short version is they flow a ton of air. As far as real world performance is concerned, we took actually this car out to our local track, which is kind of a perfect storm of cooling issues, high elevation, so it's thin air, really low humidity, high ambient temps, all that fun stuff, and a lot of full throttle, but not a lot of high speed. And this setup allowed me to lap 2.5 times longer than our Stage 2 setup, which again is pretty much the best thing aside from this on the market. So works really, really well. You can see the rest of the kit here. The shroud, we've got flaps that go in right here so that if the airspeed going into the nose of the mouth overwhelms the fans, then these will open. Honestly, that's probably not going to happen unless you have a ton of aero and it's on a full race car with all the hood vents and air dam and all that fun stuff. So you can see we've got the harnesses, nice high-end stuff here, all the hardware, breakers, pins, all that stuff. This is part of the control kit. So basically these fans need PWM control. If you don't know what that is, that probably means that you need one of these controllers. So PWM control, some, not all, some standalone ECUs can do that. So if your standalone ECU can do that, awesome. You don't need one of these guys if it can't, or if you have a stock ECU or whatever, no big deal. This guy handles everything on its own. Our crossflow radiators have a port for these to tap into. Or we have a hose splice as well if you've got one of our older radiators. So it's easy to get the sensor in place. Speaking of our crossflow radiators, this is physically a pretty big kit, so it's a little bit tougher to fit, and it also is only for our crossflow radiators. So other similar format radiators might work. You're welcome to give it a shot. No guarantees. It will work with our crossflow radiator. It definitely will not work with an upright radiator. So if your tank is on the top and the bottom as opposed to the sides, it's not going to fit. So anyway, they do work with air conditioning. They have a switch so you can switch it to full speed if you want that for any reason. There's all sorts of other details with that I won't go into. But the short version is it works really well. One of the other really nice things is that they're very, very well behaved. They're very friendly fans. So on a street car, you will probably never hear the fans running because they only spin as fast as they need to. Pretty much every fan on the market is either on or off, except for modern stuff such as the ND Miatas. These are more along those lines. So they only spin as fast as they need to, and it's a soft start. So instead of, when a really big fan starts, lots of times your idle will droop because it's a big hit on your alternator. These start very softly, so there is no big hit on your alternator. So you can check them out in the car right here. We've got them installed in Bob. I did neglect to ask for any questions. So do we have any questions?
Not yet.
No? So if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. Be happy to answer them now. If we don't get to them while we're live, we will answer them in the comments as we can. I think that's about it. Personally, I am a huge fan of this kit. It was a bit of a battle to make them available. This kind of stuff is not typically available through the aftermarket. It's more OE type stuff. So Spal was kind enough to work with us. It is a very expensive setup. It's very high-end technology in all sorts of different directions, but it works so well, whether you're talking about behavior because you don't have to worry about idle and noise, or you're talking about cooling because you can't keep your car cool on track, particularly if it's a street car, but it's a high horsepower street car and you also take it to the track. So you've got a radiator, you've got a condenser, you've got a big intercooler, but you don't want to do hood vents or a big air dam or any of that crazy stuff. This will pull the air you need to keep your car cool. So, any questions?
Not yet.
Nope. All right. Well, I guess that's about it. You guys want to check out what it looks like installed? Again, it is a tight fit, but it is doable. The NBs in some ways are a little bit tighter, in some ways are actually a little bit better. Basically, the NBs have a little power steering line issue that needs to be resolved, which is not a big deal to do, but needs to be done. The NA, the whole radiator, is actually a little bit farther back, so it's pretty tight against the sway bar. If you've got a really big diameter sway bar, be prepared for some more problem solving, or it's just not going to fit. So, but we are doing an install video on that, so keep an eye on the website. We'll have our install video up probably next week to kind of give you guys a little more detail on exactly how they fit in there. So, questions or anything?
No.
Nope. Okay. Well, make sure to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Keep up with all the updates, all the new products. Speaking of, we have a new cooling product that is coming down the pipeline here. Can't talk specifics now, but in a month or two, we should have it available, and I am really, really excited about that. So anyway, keep up with us. Make sure you follow everything. Thanks for watching, and let us know if you have any questions.